Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be for the energetic storyline of Nicki Minaj and Lil Nas X. Let's see what's happening with them. They've recently popped up in the news. Also, please press the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the reading. Let's get to it. So this is interesting. I'm getting the energies. This is Lil Nas X energies. I'm getting the energies that he's focusing on his his growth. You know what I mean? It's all about strategizing with him. It's kind of just like when you see him make a action, it has nothing to do with his heart. It's kind of just like what's going on with his mind. So he gets caught up in these controversies to kind of like create some controversy, basically, to put his name out there. It's kind of just like he keeps himself relevant through the news cycles. Yeah. So this is interesting. This is Nicki's energies. It's kind of just like she's focused on her life. She has a lot of things going on with her right now. She has things happening behind the scenes. Things that's going on with her family. She's also trying to grow her resources, I guess, as far as like her businesses, her careers. She's dealing with love issues. Not that the love issues are negative or anything, but it's just like she's dealing with domestic life. She's not really caught up on the drama, but let's both get the energies and see what's going on. Also, sorry about the loud helicopter or plane, whatever the fuck that is, flying. So yeah, it's kind of just like this Lil Nas X guy. He's really mischievous. Like, you look at this guy's face, like, he's always planning something. It's kind of just like his thing is to get people to show their emotions, to expose their emotions. Like, the cups obviously has to do with emotions and all that. So it's kind of just like, that's what puts food on his table, is when people is being all like exaggerated about him. Because what that does is it sort of presents him to people that probably hasn't heard of him, and it makes them curious about who he is. It's kind of just like when people like to watch people that they hate. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that type of deal. So that's interesting. With Nicki, though, it's kind of just like she knows it. She's like, all this is smoke. She's kind of just like, she has her mind in order. She's not dumb. She obviously been in an industry for a minute now. So it's kind of just like, she doesn't even see it as a challenge or as a problem. It's kind of just like child's play for her. She's just like, I see right through it. So let's get a deeper look into this. I also see Nicki going through a transformation, which is interesting. So I don't know if she's going to switch up her flow or her look or what, but something's switching. It's kind of like she's shedding old skin. So yeah, this Lil Nas X guy, he's kind of like, whatever opportunity that he feels like is going to bring him success, he's going to jump onto it. So it's kind of just like if talking about Nicki and sort of like getting like little dramas here and there, like, out for people to like read or hear about, he's going to do it. Obviously I repeat that, but it's kind of just like the energies that's showing. As far as Nicki, she's all about her money. She's not tripping. She's not thinking about him. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, this is symbolic, it's kind of just like she's focused on, her pentacles, her wealth, what she's doing, and he's focusing on ideas, like what's gonna help him, so it's kind of just like he's not really, like, even if you look at this dude here, it's kind of just like if you look at all these cards, it's interesting. It's kind of just like they're not facing each other. You know, he's not facing her there. You know, he's not facing her there. It's kind of just like they got their own things going on. So it's not even a real drama. It's kind of just like funny. I know you guys probably want like a lot of drama or something with it, but it's kind of just like business. It's no drama or anything. So that's funny. You know, this is his emotions though, because it's face down and it was on his side. You know, it's kind of just like, you know, with this fox is showing that he's going to be ruthless, you know. Like, I guess the only T in this situation would be that, you know, he's kind of like cold-hearted. You know, it's kind of just like when it comes to sort of just like this celebrity situation. You know what I mean? It's not, he knows it's not real. So it's kind of just like, so I can't even say he's cold-hearted, but it's kind of just like, he's not caught up in an illusion. It's kind of just like, this is bullshit. It's kind of just like, whatever I need to do, you know what I mean, I'm going to do. Like, he's not focused on emotion, you know? This is emotion. The cup is emotion. You know, this is a wand, so that has to do with passion. You know, he's focused on thought, you know, with the sword. It's just like, what's going to get me money? And the pentacle, it's about money. So his whole thing is money and sort of like him strategizing. So, I mean, you know, the energies keep showing up because that's what it is, you know? So let's see what's going on with Nicki. Let's see what's going on with her. Sorry guys, also if I seem a little bit out of it today. I had a lot of stuff I was doing, so I'm kind of like slow. I probably sound stupid or something. So what this is showing, what's going on in Nicki's road is kind of just like she has some turmoil, you know. It has to do with home. You know, she's protecting her home. You know, she's trying to figure out how to protect her home. You know, she feels kind of stuck and frustrated. So something's going on in her home life. You know, it's kind of just like she wants to run away from it, you know. It's like obviously she's firm on what she's trying to do, so she's not going to run away from her home situation. But it's kind of just like, what this is showing me is it stresses her, you know. She has some stress and concerns. So let's look deeper into that. What could that be about? Also, if you guys would like to have a reading with me, that information will be in the description box. And if you have a celebrity request, as far as what celebrity I should have a reading on and all that stuff, that information will be in the comment section. So this is interesting. You know, it's kind of showing me that, like, she's feeling all sort of ways, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like 1 minute she's one way, then the next minute she's something else, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like she doesn't know how to feel emotionally at this moment, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like she's so stressed about something, which is fascinating, that it's like throwing things off. Like, I don't know if it's even real, because if you look at the background here with all these like mountains or whatever that's supposed to be, it's kind of like a mirage. I was supposed to say Minaj. It's kind of like a mirage, like where it's kind of like it exists but it doesn't exist. It's kind of distorted, you know what I mean? This is showing me though it has to do with money. Something's going on with money, which is weird because it's just like, you know, she's rich and all that, but what is that about? What's going on with money? You know, it has to do with building. So I don't know if she's trying to transition, because it's showing that she's transitioning. So I don't know, like, if she's trying to transition out of music or what's going on with that. You know, sometimes these energies might seem like a contradiction, you know, because people feel like they know what's going on in these celebrities' like mind or situation. But, you know, things are deep, you know. You know, it's like real life. It's not like a cartoon or a fantasy where it's just like people are rich and then that's just it. You know, they have life going on. You know, and she has heartache, you know. This is showing me has to do with her partner. You know, I don't know what's going on with him. That's deep. Let me see. It's kind of just like, this is interesting because I did a reading on Nicki Minaj that I didn't put out yet. You know what I mean? I just have the video But what was being shown is that he's trying to focus on like incorporating himself into sort of like her situation. Like he's trying to grow his wealth and all that, and it's stressing her is what's being shown at this point now. It's kind of just like, you know, she feels a certain way. You know what I mean? It's like, you know how it's kind of like you have your heart on your shoulder and all that? It's kind of just like she has voices in her head. Like she's feeling a certain way. She's just like, she doesn't want to be used, you know, and she's also having her own situations going on, but she's kind of like side-eyeing her guy, you know? So that's interesting. Let's look deeper into that. So I guess the little Nas X part is done. Yeah, I don't know if I want to put the Nicki Minaj reading out first or what. Yeah, it's kind of just like, this guy, he has good ideas, you know what I mean? But the thing is that it's going to take time. And that's where the issues are. It's going to take time, and it requires sort of like her resources, like her connections and what she has going on. And it's kind of just like, I don't know if it's a turnoff for her, but it definitely makes her get caught up in her emotions. You know, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean? It's like she doesn't even want to look too deep into it too, because it's kind of just like when she thinks about it, it makes her feel a type of way. You know, it's kind of just like when you don't want to see the truth, or when you're trying to avoid sort of like a realization, you know, because usually this is supposed to be like a lighthouse, and usually like a lighthouse has like the light shining and shit and moving like that. But the light's contained here, so it's like she doesn't want to be illuminated, you know. It's kind of just like he's bringing up all these ideas of like, yo, this is what's gonna work and this is what's good, but you know, she's like, nah, you know. It's kind of just like only time could is gonna tell, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like with this Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of just like two Wheel of Fortunes came up, so it's kind of just like she's concerned about how things is going to pan out, you know what I mean? She's definitely caught up in sort of like basically how things is going to manage, or like, is he using her, or what's going on? Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, because it's like, I mean, energy's like she cares about him, but it's kind of just like him trying to like get caught up as far as like the business stuff. It's making her feel a certain way, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like she feels trapped as well, you know, because it's kind of just like, obviously she knows he doesn't have like, you know, I don't know his situation. For all I know, he can have like a business or something, I don't know. But, you know, from what I know and from what the energy is showing me, it's kind of just like he doesn't have a lot going on for himself. And that's kind of why she feels bad, because it's like, or that's why she feels trapped, because it's kind of just like she wants to help him because that's her husband and all. And, you know, like, for the most part, what would be good for him would be good for her. But it's kind of like she's been used a lot. So, you know, that's where like the conflict is, or why she feels trapped. She's kind of just like, you're now trying to do this. So I'll probably put the Nicki Minaj reading out and then put this video out so it'll make sense. Because it's kind of just like, you know, now he's trying to, like, in the reading I did with Nicki Minaj, it was showing that, like, now he's trying to get involved, like, in business or her business, and trying to grow his business. It was like before he was silent, like, just letting things be. You know, now he's trying to incorporate himself into shit, so. Yeah, but this is showing it's going to bring some distance, you know. This is definitely going to be an issue, you know. It's going to cause a lot of arguments and problems, you know. It's kind of like putting her on her own little island, you know. And it's kind of just like this island isn't even right, too, because it's kind of just like, this is when an island is like forming, I guess, because it's just like, it's water all in the center, you know. And the only piece of the island that's really like able to where you can stand on is like the outer layers. So it's like a lot of distances, you know, a distance that's going to be going on with them. So this is interesting. Let's keep looking. It's kind of fascinating. This is showing that they're gonna have success. You know what I mean? They're gonna put it behind them, so that's cool. Like it's kind of just like it's gonna be a peaceful home life and stuff. You know, she's all about family. You know, and he's doing it. I'm assuming for family. So it's showing that like they're gonna have like issues. You know, and she's having issues currently. But for the sake of the family or their family, it's all gonna come together. You know, it's kind of deep though, with all this like ice and shit and water. It's kind of just like she's she she feels a type of way, but she's not trying to like she's not trying to give life to it. So it's kind of just like I guess I'll let the helicopter go by. I told you every time I do like a reading, it gets loud. But yeah, this is interesting because it's like what I was talking about earlier. Like she doesn't want to make things like she doesn't want to see the truth. Like she doesn't want to see certain things. You know what I mean? It kind of makes her. It's too much for her. You know what I mean? She just doesn't want to deal with it. You know, and it's not because she's weak or anything like that. It's just that she's been going through a stressful time. So it's kind of just like, even in a previous reading I did for her solely, it was just showing that sort of like she's in a stressful time and she's dealing with a lot of stressful situations. And I know this is a long-winded explanation, so my apologies. Like I said, I'm slow at the moment. But I'm trying to pick up on the energies as well. But it's kind of just like, there's stuff going on. You know what I mean? She's suspicious. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things happening. But it's kind of just like, she's not trying to let herself see it. So it's like, yeah, you know, family life is going to be happy and all that shit. But it's kind of just like skeletons in the closet type of thing. It's kind of like trippy like that. It's kind of just like, yeah, everything's good, everything's fine. But, you know, if she looks hard enough, she might find like a body in the freezer type of body. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So, this was interesting. But yeah, I'll probably put the Nicki Minaj reading out. I kind of don't want to because I don't know, but I guess I'll do it. It wasn't my original plan, but okay. Yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe, you know, come back for more content and all that shit. Thanks.